stand, say the pledge of allegiance, and take a moment of silence, please, for people in the field. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Pat, could I have the roll call, please?
Mr. Birdsall.
Here.
Mr. Cox.
Here.
Mr. Poole.
Here.
Ms. Galloway.
Here.
Mrs. Miller. Here. Mr. Smith.
Here.
Mrs. Starr.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, there are 7 board members present. That board is a quorum.
Thank you. Could I have a motion to approve the minutes of the prior board meeting?
I'll move. I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The Cumberland County Mayor could not be here today. He sent us communication. He had some commitments, I think possibly in Nashville. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember where. Are any of our county commissioners here? Okay, moving on. President's report. Bear with me. When I printed this out last night, I printed it out from an email and it printed out this size. Normally I read it double the size, so I'm not promising anything. Royer and Rick bring home gold to the Glade. Over the last 2 years, pickleball has been a hot topic here in the Glade. We'd like to congratulate Don Royer and Norm Rick for taking the gold in the 4th annual Minto U.S. Open Pickleball Championship held in East Naples County Park in Naples, Florida. It's quite a great job, guys. All aboard, those running for the board. Applications for the one property owner director at-large position on the Fairfield Glade Community Club Board will be available starting May 28th. The deadline for filing applications is Friday, June 7th. If you are thinking of putting your hat in the ring, I would strongly suggest that between now and the election, which starts August 12th, you attend some of our Wednesday workshops to get an up-close view of what we do. It has always amazed me that we have candidates for the board who have never attended a board workshop or board meeting. Probably not a day in May. We talked about Tom Anderson in the concert park last month. We were hoping that a town hall on the subject could take place before the end of May. That doesn't look likely to happen now. As we have said before, the concert park is an ongoing project of Tom's, and it has not been finalized as of yet. We have seen preliminary site plans, but it is still very early in the process. When Tom is ready, he will present his final plans to the community. When we know, you will know. Position on ambulance response times. The Community Club Board fully supports the membership's overwhelming agreement on, number 1, the core value of providing a safe and secure environment for our residents and guests. Number 2, the belief that our community should have emergency medical services that meet or exceed standards of response times and quality of services. While various conclusions may be drawn from an analysis of the available Cumberland County EMS ambulance response times, it is generally believed that they could be improved throughout Cumberland County. The board's position is to continue pursuing a cooperative and constructive relationship with the county. The board supports Cumberland County Mayor Alan Foster's decision to add basic life support vehicles to the county fleet and to staff the additional units to provide non-emergency transport to stable patients from Cumberland Medical Center to other specialized medical facilities outside of the county. The non-emergency patients from one medical facility to another within Cumberland County. We are pleased that Cumberland County EMS has removed the Fairfield Glade EMS ambulance from the rotation process that designates the EMS ambulance assigned to transport a patient to other specialized medical facilities outside the county. The board supports both actions and believes the county deserves the opportunity to determine what additional steps can be taken to reduce EMS ambulance response times within the county and in Fairfield Glade in particular. The board also supports efforts to reinstate a countywide emergency medical responder program to allow trained and certified individuals under the direction of the county fire department to respond to calls for medical assistance within Fairfield Glade while awaiting Cumberland County EMS units to arrive. County Mayor Foster has indicated his support for reinstating the EMR program. The program is currently being reviewed for state certification. Further, the board supports Chief Mike Williams' decision to direct all his officers to complete the basic first aid, CPR, and AED training offered by the community club, and the equipment the Fairfield Glade Police Department Fairfield Glade Police Department vehicles on patrol in the Glade with AED units. This will reduce the response time of a trained responder on site to under 5 minutes. Chief Williams has also equipped each of the officers on patrol with Narcan to reverse the effects of an opioid overdose. The board encourages the community club to continue offering basic first aid, CPR, and AED training free of charge to any resident of Fairfield Glade. Fairfield Glade Safety Manager Dan Linskin conducts training sessions for groups of Glade residents on a regular basis. The board believes that the community club should continue to promote basic first aid, CPR, and AED training as the first line of defense in protecting Fairfield Glade residents from the life-changing effects of a cardiac event. At this time, the board does not support efforts to change the governing resolutions regarding independent third-party ambulance services in the county. Nor does the board believe that the efforts of individual Glade residents to force the county to consider privatizing the ambulance service in the county is helpful in fostering a cooperative and constructive relationship between the county and the community club. Rumors abound. Once again, the rumor mill is running rampant. There are all sorts of stories about the property behind what used to be the Bean Pot Restaurant. Well, here's what we know. According to the county mayor, he has researched the situation and has discovered that no permits have been pulled on the property. So the on the property. As well, the city mayor is under the assumption that for now, the owner of that 29-acre parcel is pulping the property for wood and profit. As of now, there are no plans in the works to sell to anyone or build anything. But as we all know, that could change at any time. As for the rumor of a residential subdivision going in the Turner Farm property along Peavine, I talked the other night to the developer who is building a subdivision that is going in down Turner Road past the first red barn. It will, I believe, be called Turner Plantations. He said it would include about 15 homes that would have crab orchard water, but there is no, crab orchard water, but there was in no way going to be, it was no way going to be connected to our sewer system. He was dumbfounded as to where that rumor came from. As for the land along Peavine, he stated that he did not think anybody would build residential in that area as it was worth much more as commercial property than residential. We can assure you that your board has no intention of connecting our sewer system to any residential property outside of Fairfield Glade, no matter what you hear to the contrary. And that's it for across the board. Thank you. General Manager report, Bob.
Okay, thank you. New police department building, the generator is scheduled to be delivered June 4th, so it'll be fully installed in the month of June. We've started the rain garden, but we're waiting on new storm drainage pipe. once we uncovered that, determined it deteriorated such that we could not continue to use that. Some good news on Robin Hood Park. We've received a draft quitclaim deed from Wyndham on that property. Now we're in the process of reviewing that and making necessary adjustments, getting back to Wyndham. So hopefully within the next 30 to 60 days, we can actually have that land transferred. They still have to go through their formal Thank you, Misty. Misty's been contacting them monthly to try and get this accomplished. So next steps on that then would be, once we do get that property, we'll pass that on to the Major Capital Projects Committee for them to work with a land planner or landscape architect to come up with some designs, in particular for a parking lot on that property that will service the existing Robin Hood Park and then future amenities there. But most likely we would not do anything there until 2020. There's still a lot more construction that needs to be done with respect to the Peavine Road widening, so it doesn't make sense to do a lot of work until that's closer to being finished. Stonehenge Turf Care Center, we received our certificate of occupancy on May 9th, and they actually officially moved in and operating out of that facility 100% on May 20th. So they're happy to be in that facility, and we're going to have an open house sometime in June. It'll probably be late part of June, so we'll keep you all posted about that. Stonehenge Clubhouse Interiors, the Major Capital Projects Committee has been reviewing the plans for value engineering, and in fact we're meeting with the architects this afternoon to discuss that. Some of the deferred maintenance we've been working on, the lake desilting process will start in mid to late June. So be on the lookout for that. We will be sending out emails as to the lakes that they'll be starting on when it's just prior to that work being done. Then for Scott Blaylock, the county road superintendent, the chip and seal program is still scheduled to begin in June. That first round will be the roads that were on the list for last calendar year, for our calendar year. Their budget year ends June 30th, so they're trying to get that done by June 30th. And then round two will be after July 1st, and that will be the roads that we've given them on our list. I'm not sure about the timing on some of those roads, but we'll keep you all posted on that. Our asphalt paving has started this week, so again, we'll send out emails letting you all know what roads are being paved each week, so you can steer clear of those areas. Year-to-date golf rounds through last month were 23,900. That's 1,500 fewer than budget, but 2,400 more than 2018. So that's really due to the good weather we've had. May has been a good month so far. In fact, Jeff sent me an email over the weekend that last Friday and Saturday were probably the best 2 days we've had in years for golf rounds and revenue. So things are looking up, and we've had great weather this week. The Dorchester Pool is now open, and the Druid Hills Pool will be opening tomorrow, just in advance of the Memorial Day weekend. And then speaking of Memorial Day weekend, our first Mirror Lake Blast will be this Monday, and the band will be Alter Eagles. They play nothing but Eagles songs. Dave Kirk is sponsoring this. He's really footing the bill for the band, the stage. He's going to have additional EMS personnel there and what have you. So he's really footing the bill for this to really thank the Fairfield Glade residents for their business and what have you. So we've sent out an email this morning about parking locations, shuttle stops. There may be another one coming out Sunday, just as a reminder. We do have the Crafts Festival Saturday and Sunday. So we encourage people to not put their chairs out Saturday or Sunday. And in fact, it may be tough Monday with all the activities that are going on there to try and get set up, what have you. So please pay attention to that. There will be no parking on Peavine Road. So Mike Williams and his team will be monitoring that and making sure that happens. So there's plenty of parking, and we've got shuttle buses running throughout the community in that core area. So spread the word, no parking on Peavine Road. And there will be handicap parking in the Racket Center parking lot, and then we'll have golf carts to shuttle people from that parking lot over to the square for the event. And I think that's all. Okay. Thank you, Mark.
Resort report, Barbara.
Good morning. Wyndham Timeshare Visitors month to date is 1,617, and year to date Wyndham visitors 11,919. Fairfield Lake Community Club 2019 timeshare revenues with food. Conference Center year to date 3,600. Which is 5% of light revenue. Racket Sports, 2,800, 4%. Dartmoor, 6,500, which is 11%. St. George, 2,600, which is 5%. Golf, 140,600, which is 13%. Food, 23,200, which is 5%, for a total year-to-date of 179,564, which is 10% of light revenue. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend. It's also more than last year, so that's a good trend to see.
Yes.
Architectural Control Committee, Bill Murphy. Morning, Bill.
Good morning, Steve. How are you this morning?
Above ground.
You want to sit up and take nourishment? Good morning.
Morning.
Architectural Control Committee. Excuse me. Miscellaneous approvals, which is changes to existing homes. Through April of this year, 509 compared to 417 last year. New homes approved. April of this year, 33 compared to 36 last year. New homes started this year through April, 35 last year through April, 31. New homes completed this year, 23 compared to 17 last year. So we're getting there, Steve.
Yeah, sounds good.
Questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Murphy,
I'm sorry?
when is the Architectural Control Committee meeting so that if you want to have something done, present it?
You need to make application. You can get the application online or stop at the office. And then we meet the first Tuesday and the third Tuesday of each month at 1 o'clock in classroom C, which is a basement right here. Okay, and even if you don't have an application, you're certainly welcome to come and watch us. Right, Steve?
Yeah, it's a joy.
Well, hope to see you there. And we will be putting 3 people on the committee this fall, so think about that.
Okay, monthly financial report, Denise.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, I'll start with the balance sheet. And for sewer funds, we have cash of $1,000,009. For POA, we have $4,005,000. For property, plant, and equipment on sewer, we have $11.3 million. For POA on property, plant, and equipment, $35.2 million. On members' equity for sewer, $12,006,000. And for POA and amenities, $34.4 million. And the next I'll speak from this sheet of paper, which is the cash flow from operating capital. So if you come down on the first block, come down to the subtotal for POA, we are have a $454,000 or $455,000 positive result from operations. That's a positive variance of $60,000 to budget. If you come down to the next block, you'll see on POA, we're negative 200, or the subsidy, I should say, is $225,000. That is a positive $27,000 to budget. For golf, we have a subsidy of $431,000, which is a positive variance to budget of $93,000. For POA and amenities combined, which is the next to the last line, you'll see a negative $300,000, which is a $192,000 positive to budget. If you add in our capital and debt service, we'll see that we're negative $633,000. For sewer, We are positive 301,000 from operations, which is a positive 79,000 to the budget, variance to budget. And if you come over to the cash flow column at the end, you'll see we're a positive 105,000. Anyone have any questions? It was good. One thing I did forget to mention is if you go back up to F&B, is I didn't show you last year, but we are actually positive 60,000 to the same time last year. So we're doing better in food and beverage. Okay.
Thank you, Denise. Unfinished business. Amenity reserve fee policy.
30 days ago, we posted a revised amenity reserve fee policy, Mr. President, and we've had no comments, so I would therefore make a motion that we approve the amenity reserve fee policy.
I second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Charter for the Major Capital Projects Committee.
Yeah, the Major Capital Projects Committee is active, as Bob points out, and so I'd like to make a motion to approve and then post the new charter for the Major Capital Projects Committee.
Can I get a second on that?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. New business. Under new business, we have two things. CNR amendment, non-judicial foreclosure. We would like this placed on the ballot for this year's board election. Bill?
Mr. Smith, I would move that we do place such an amendment on the 2019 ballot along with the board election, but in the interim that we submit to our council a request to give us back the official language for that amendment, and then in addition that we submit it to the election committee in a timely fashion so they can coordinate everything.
Can I get a second for that motion?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Bluebird, the official bird of Fairfield Glade. Is Don here?
Yes, I am.
Could you come up to the podium and, because I have a question. I can't get bluebirds to nest in my bluebird house. I was informed yesterday that bluebirds are very picky birds, and if you don't have a clean, perfect birdhouse, they will not nest in it.
Well, I have a 10-year-old birdhouse in my backyard, and they nest there, but they do like, if you put up a brand new box, you put up a 1.5-inch hole, and they find it right away. So if you put up a new box, it'll probably help. That doesn't
So
mean
my bluebird house is not up to bluebird standards.
If you want me to come out, take a look at it, I'll be glad to.
It's old, it's been there about 18 years, so it's probably good.
Okay, let me tell you, this is not the most, I say this every time I do this, this is not the most important thing you're going to do today, but it'll be probably one of the most positive and fun things. So why am I asking Fairfield Glade to name the bluebird the official bird of Fairfield Glade? I'm going to give you, I'm only going to be here 3 minutes, but don't worry, I'm going to give you a little history of bluebirds. Around 1900, it was estimated there were about 20 million bluebirds in the eastern United States. By 1960, that number had dropped by 90%, down to only 2 million bluebirds. And the main reason was 2 introduced species, starlings and house sparrows, that take over every available cavity. Bluebirds nest in a hole in a tree or a hole in a box in your yard. These non-native invasive birds take over every place a bluebird could nest. Around 1960, somebody decided if you build a bluebird box and put it out for them, they'll come there. And now bluebirds are back to their original population, back to about 20 million. So humans caused the problem. Humans have now solved the problem by giving bluebirds a place to nest. And so they're doing extremely well in the United States, and especially in Cumberland County, Crossville, and Fairfield Glade. And the reason is we have lots of bluebird boxes. Bluebirds like open spaces, like golf courses. We have lots of golf courses. Our golf courses I've worked with Jeff Houston and Bob, and we've got, there were bluebird boxes around some of the golf courses. We've added about 50 or more in the last couple of years, and now there's over 100 Bluebird boxes that are monitored regularly in Fairfield Glade. We have, and plus everybody's retired wants a Bluebird box in their backyard. So we have lots of Bluebirds. We deserve to be the Bluebird capital of Tennessee. Tennessee Bluebird Society monitors over 850 boxes around the state. We have 256, about 30% of that. We have 84 volunteer monitors that go out every week and check on the birds, because when you check on them and clean out mice and wasps and bumblebees and other things in there, there's a much greater ratio of success. So we have 84 people that volunteer to do this all the time. Bluebirds are positive. At Fairfield Glade, we have to go to on the golf course at 6 in the morning to monitor the boxes because there's so many golfers would never get around the course. At Bear Trace, we can go anytime because they don't have as many golfers out there. When we go out there in the middle of the day, the golfers are always stopping and saying, hey, show me what's in the box, what's going on. I love Bluebird. People love Bluebirds. So and we've already in Fairfield Glade, City of Crossville's named it as their official bird. And they built and we put up 40 new boxes for them, in addition to 20 we put up last year. Monday night, I met with the county commissioners and Alan Foster, and we agreed to make it the official bird of Cumberland County. There's no other county or city or location that has more Bluebird boxes than we do here. I think it's all positive. You know, people love all the amenities we have. They love the trails, and Bluebirds are just one more positive thing. And so I'm asking you to do that. I get all the press. It was in the paper yesterday, the Glade Sun, pictures of different kind of bluebird nests. We made the front page of the Crossville Chronicle this week when it was named by the county. Peggy Flurl and I, related to Ken, we worked together on this, and we spent a lot of time with the 84 people around the county. We have birdhouses that we monitor. Pleasant Hill, Rome State Community Campus, the fairgrounds, all the golf courses, plus the sewage treatment plant in Fairfield Glade. It's just a real positive thing. And I think if we name it the official bird, we fit in with the city of Crossville, the county, and we deserve it more than any other location in the state of Tennessee, actually. So that's what I'm asking. It's a minor thing. I think it'll be a positive thing, and we'll have bragging rights on bluebirds.
Thank you, Dennis. So, can I have a motion to name the official bird of Fairfield Glade the bluebird?
So, Mr. President, on behalf of the Floral household and our friends and neighbors who are members of the Cumberland County Bluebird Club and who make the monitoring of the 256 bluebird boxes that are in Cumberland County each week possible, I move that we adopt the eastern bluebird as the official bird of Fairfield Glade.
Okay, can I get a second on that?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Yes, sir.
Of the 256, is yours one of them?
Mine is vacant at the time. I do have two bluebirds that happen to land on it. They just irritate me. Yeah.
Well, the problem is he put up a new bluebird house on 7 Druid, which is right across from our old bluebird house.
That's my wife, if you don't know. So it's really Don's fault that we don't have bluebirds.
And there's little birdies in it, so
There
we
you go.
have to get a new, where do we get a new bird house?
I'm gonna say I can make one.
Okay. Well, I don't know about that.
Back to the, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. That's the most discussion about anything we've had. Fairfield Glade Resident Services, Pat.
That's what I wanted to do the last one.
Board?
Morning.
Good morning.
Don, I do like all your articles. I'm a follower of yours. Would you mind giving us some updated articles? I mean, this is not a fun thing to talk about, but ticks, to make us more aware of what's going on, because it's a serious problem. Let me start off by stating that Comedy Night was a rousing success, and I have to extend once again a big thank you to Kirk Automotive, Happy Hound, and Cumberland Eye Care These three sponsors have been backing us up for the last 5 comedy shows that we've had. Saturday the 25th is the Pancake Breakfast. Please attend and support our fire department. Under the Men in Blue, Police Department. I don't know if any of you read the article that Chief Williams wrote about. It's not an unpleasant subject, but it's reality, and that's end of life. You really should get into our office and pick up a